What's up, guys? We got a 2004 Honda Accord from 2003 to 2012. It's a similar job but different part number. Anyways, we're gonna replace these struts. So this side, the struts are very weak. The car is very bouncy and spongy. You always want to do your struts if they leak out one, and if you feel like they're not absorbing, or if you have about like 100,000 miles, time for them to go. So it's the same process for the right and left, but the parts are different. So we got some struts here, assemblies. We're not gonna put this on a strut machine to compress it, to change it, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these two 10 millimeters. We're gonna take out this cotter pin and take off this 17 millimeter. We're gonna take off the 10 millimeter here, 10 millimeter here, and there's only one 10 millimeter there. We're gonna take this 14 millimeter here. We're also gonna take off the 17 down here, the bolt and the nut, bolt and a nut, and it should slip out. And we're gonna hammer right here to take this off. But let's take a look at the part. So here's our new part. It has L written on it, okay, and the part number for this particular side is, and it will also tell you left there. It comes with new bolts and it's a complete assembly. This is what it looked like, complete assembly. So let's take this, put it onto the vehicle. So let's take off the 10 millimeter here. It's another bolt here, 10 millimeter. You never want to stretch your ABS sensor, because if you do stretch it, you will damage it. Let's take off this other guy. Same thing, you don't want to stretch your ABS or your brake line here. I'm dropping everything on the floor like an idiot. Anyways, let's put this here. We drop the other two bolts on the ground, that's fine. But this is loose and this is loose, and this should come down. Now we should have a lot of space for things to maneuver around. Anyways, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take off this 14, and we're gonna take off this little guy right here. No need to take off the tie rod. We don't need to, but let's start by taking off this guy next. So you gotta remove this cotter pin right here, and once you take this cotter pin, we should be able to take off that bolt off. Okay, we should be able to grab it from this end and yank this baby off. If it breaks, it breaks, that's fine. 17 millimeter here, bang zoom. And what we're gonna do is get a couple of tools. This comes off with 17 millimeter. There you go. That's to the side. Let's see if this bottom one here wants to move out. We might have to put a wrench on the opposite side. Let's bring our light down. The reason why you have to put a wrench on the opposite side is because it might just free play. Our bushing don't look so good at all. So everything just spins, so we're gonna have to put something in the back end. Okay, so what we're gonna do is on this side, we're gonna put this wrench over here, this adjustable wrench, because it spins. You see that? It spins. At least it spins. Sometimes this bolt will get jammed in there. So we're gonna put this here and put an impact gun on the other side. Okay, so we'll take out our adjustable wrench, just like I showed you on this side. Come on, there you go. And we'll take our impact gun and bang this nut off. There you go. And you should be able to tap this guy all the way out. If you need to put a screwdriver right through, put a screwdriver through, that's fine. But there it is. And now we should have a lot of free play here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna try to take this fork down without taking this upper arm off, because sometimes you can get lucky. Let's put this bolt in there, because I never tried. Usually I will take this thing apart and bang this and then have a lot of room, but what if we can just do without it? Let's take this off next. Okay, so to get this guy off right here, you could use a small extension, but sometimes this tie rod will block you. But if it doesn't, good. If it does, you can put a swivel on, and this bolt should come off. Over time, this thing will get seized in there. So now it's time for me to get a small hammer. Okay, don't bang on this cable, so be careful. Just bang on this fork here. The only problem we're gonna have here is this fork has to give us clearance so the strut can come out of it. Other than that, it should be no issue trying to get this strut out of there. Will it give us enough space? I think it is gonna give us enough space. Okay, there you go. Okay guys, I think we're in luck today. Let's push this bit down and let's get this fork out of there. So you can leave it hanging here, but I don't want this thing disturbing me at all. So let's maneuver this strut around and get this fork out of here. Now we should have more than enough clearance just by removing this stuff. So don't even tackle this bolt up here for the upper control arm. Don't even touch it yet till my job is complete, so you guys can understand. Okay guys, so from up on the top, what we need to do is we need to take off these 14 millimeters. Okay, all right, there you go. That's better. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna leave this one in there, but these are 12 millimeters, so we need to go get a number 12. Okay, so here comes 12. 1, 2. So remember, I left that one behind. That's a good thing. So what I'm gonna do is, from up here, I'm gonna turn this, but let's put the camera down in the bottom so we can see how we're gonna get the bottom out. On Accord TSX, you might have something that's going to cross like a sway bar. That's whatever they call it. It's for some sport model, so nothing different. And then this one has this little guy. You'll have one going straight across. Same procedure. Okay, my friend. So strut is loose. What I'm gonna do is, like I showed you on the top, the one I left behind the nut. I'm taking that off right now. It's off. So we're back down here. So let's see if this baby just swings out of there, or is it not gonna let us out. So let's lift this up a bit. So all we need is a little bit more clearance. And no way in hell you're gonna get this off like that. So all we need to do is, everything is loose. This guy, we need to bang this guy. So one thing here is for certain, you don't have enough clearance for this guy to come out because it's so fat. And especially the strut one up on the top. So we're gonna bang this out. So this should have been done before you take off this guy. You always learn from your mistake. I never done it like this, but this is the first time and it didn't work out. Okay, since we took this off, that's fine. So put your bolt back on because you want to tap right here. Be careful with the boot, and you don't want to damage the thread. So it's a good idea. Put your bolt back in. So small taps, and there you go. Your little guy will come loose. But now we got a problem. You got your strut sitting up there. That's gonna try to fall down on you. So what we're gonna do is either stick this back in or just let it fall down and just make sure it doesn't take any of these sensors with it. Other than that, we're good to go. And be careful with your hands. So right now what I need to do is go a little bit down so I can take off this nut here. And even that's gonna be bothered now. So much force going down. Anyways, I'm gonna have to put my impact gun on this guy. I'm gonna take the rest of the bolt off with this impact gun. So I'm gonna try to hold the strut. Ooh. There you go. And everything is out. And this is how you're gonna take out your strut. This is the only way. Okay, time first to put the new strut in. Okay, remember we got new bolts. I don't like using no bolts. So if your old one fits on it, take off this little sticker. Where did it go? So we lost the bolt already, so we are gonna have to put the old new ones on. But if your old ones fixed on it, perfect. Anyways, remember these two are to this side, so you just take the guy, stick it in there. And I got one of the bolts on. Let's go take a look at the top. So right up here we got one bolt on, and our other bolt just fell down. We'll just either try to find it or we'll use a new bolt. Anyways, you should be able to maneuver this around just by moving it from the bottom. And you want to tighten these bolts at the last. And I will give you torque specs at the end of the video. And definitely I'm probably gonna look for the other bolt, one bolt, or I'm gonna just use a new one, just one of it. But anyways, everything gotta go back together now. Okay, so our next step here is we're gonna get this fork in there. So when you have things apart, everything will be easy. Okay, look at this. You could push this baby down and get this fork back into its spot, into the strut. And there's a small little notch in the back, so the notch has to go into the notch there. So there it is. And sometimes it won't go in so easy, so you can tap in the bottom here. Vibration is gonna let it go up on its own. Just try to lift it up and bang, bang, bang. And it will go up till it reaches the spot where it belongs. Okay. Once you have that, you need to put the 14mm. So as you bang bang, make sure this thing sits flush and there's like a little notch that goes into the notch back here. So make sure they both sit together, and then we can pick up this little bolt and stick it back in. And I will give you the torque specs on this, so make sure you tighten this. If you do not tighten this, your car is gonna fall apart while you're driving. Okay, so I got this baby nice and tight. Make sure you tighten it. Okay, even though you don't see me, torque it to the proper spec, and make sure the notch is sitting in the back. Make sure it's tight, and let's continue. Okay, next step, you're gonna get the control arm into this spindle. Make sure you have your bolt ready. That's the little bolt with the little teeth on the top. Anyways, you're gonna need a pry bar here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put pry bar up on the top, right on the strut spring, and you probably have to push this back. That's fine if you need to do that. It needs to get done. So push back on the shirt. Shirt is gonna try to bother you, but right now what we need is this little guy to go into the spot like it's supposed to. And what's bothering us here is the shirt. So you can, like I said, push the shirt back, and once you see a couple of teeth coming out from the bottom, don't put your fingers or anything in there, and you can put this little guy in there. Same procedure. Accord TSX, Honda Accord 2003 to 2012. Same thing, all of them. Anyway, that baby's in. So what we got left behind is 10mm. Make sure you tighten this. Okay, you know what? What I'm gonna try to do here is, again, I'm gonna snug this, and the part that you're not gonna see me is torquing everything. So make sure you torque everything. And the reason why I want to snug it is because if I try to torque it, the ball joint up on the control arm is gonna try to turn with it. So I'm gonna just leave it to a spot where, right there, and then I will torque this, and we will get a cotter pin, put that baby in. So here's our cotter pin. Very important you put this guy in. If you need to turn more so the hole can align, and make sure you get that in. Anyways, you can tap on the cotter pin to get it in there. So I'm gonna get this baby in. I might have to turn it a bit more. So I turned it a bit more, and let's see if this cotter pin fit. Either that or my cotter pin's too thick. There you go. It went right through. Okay, It's a little thick, but that's fine with me, okay? There you go. Bend this baby in. That's it. And what you need to do next is, hard part, sad part, you gotta get that big bolt from the bottom in. That's this little guy. Let's go in the bottom in the back. Okay, so you can barely see it right there, but all we need to do here is we need to push this little guy. Sometimes you have to hit it with a hammer. My camera doesn't want to go any further, but you should be able to get this guy in. Okay, and let's see what I'm doing wrong here. It has to go in somehow, some way, but camera is kind of on my way. So what we're gonna do here is, guys, I'm gonna have to re-torque one of my bolts once I end up doing this. So what we're gonna do here is, let me get my impact gun. So it is kind of tricky. So we're gonna have to loosen up the 14 millimeter over here. Definitely gonna have to loosen that up. Okay, I got the gun tight. The reason why I had to loosen that is because this thing can turn a tiny bit, and that makes a difference. Look at that. Okay, now we don't want to use this thing to come down. Okay, it's still sitting in the nice and. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten this up, and then I will double check my torque. But right now we got the bolt sitting perfectly where it's supposed to, and you want to take the 17 millimeter nut, put that on the opposite side, tighten it up, bada bing, bada boom. So I'm going to torque all that stuff, make sure it's tight here, make sure that 14 is tight down here, and make sure that 17 down there is tight. And then we will put the rest of the stuff back together. Okay, everything is tight, nice and torqued. Remember, I am going to give you guys the torque specs at the end of the video, but make sure this guy sits right there in the notch right here, and 10 millimeter goes on this. This is the nut, 10 millimeter. No, you guys can't see. Oh my god. Again, let's do that over. So this little guy sits just like that right there. This little notch goes into the hole, and your 10 millimeter goes in there, the nut. And over here you got this little notch, goes into this little tiny hole, and a 10 millimeter bolt goes here. And it's the same procedure for this brake line on this side, 10 millimeter, 2 10 millimeters. We're pretty much done here, guys. And these are something that I just don't, these 10 millimeters, I just do it by hand. I use my little electric drill, not a grill, drill, this, make sure the notch sits perfectly. And this, you don't want to leave this loose because your ABS sensor will rub against the wheel and it will break, and you will have traction lights. Anyways, that's it, guys. Make sure everything is tight. Make sure this is tight. Make sure the 14 millimeter and the 17 millimeter in the bottom is tight. This is 14 is tight. Make sure the cotter pin's in, and make sure the line is perfectly the way they are. And now we're gonna put the wheel on. We'll put the car back down and tighten the bolts on the top, and that's it. Put the weight on the car on the floor, and then tighten the top bolts. And that's something that you're not gonna see me, but tighten all of them and torque them. I will give you the torques right about now. But sometimes the shield right here will touch and scrape, so make sure you push it back if you did damage it. Anyways, that's it here. So once you're all done, the car is back on the floor. All the weight's gonna be sitting on the strut. Tighten, 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 tighten. Torque them. I'm gonna take you a ride to my computers to show you the torque specs. Same thing over here. Be careful with the AC lines. Tighten, 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 tighten. That's it. Bada bing, bada boom. So we got a 16 foot-pound. All 5 bolts up on the top is 16 foot-pound. And there you have 35 foot-pound for the upper arm bolt.